Hey guys, let me ask you this because I know this is also one of those sayings. Again, we're pastors, so people expect us to say, the church answer. It's always Jesus, But let's talk about the reality of what's been happening in our spiritual life because it has been hard. I mean, no one's walking through this and just thinking, "Hey, this is awesome," one big
Yeah.
vacation or this, that, and the other. But yet, we can still walk through this with confidence and with peace and with strength and with optimism, hope. So now, certainly that doesn't mean 100% of the time, because obviously we're having to pray to get to those places. But talk to me about how you have experienced God throughout this time. How's he helped you? Because I know that he has. And I think it would be great for us to talk about it because I want people to hear this. I want that expectation to be for them as well. So let's unpack that a little bit. Who wants to go first? Bronson.
Yeah, for me, I think it all started probably about a week and a half into this whole thing. There was one night that I was just struggling in my sleep, and at one point I actually fell asleep, and then I was woken back up at like 3 a.m. And yeah, I'm a millennial, and 3 a.m. is not a time that we wake up in the mornings. But I just took that opportunity, and I asked myself, like, why am I up? In just a small, quick prayer. And then I felt like the Lord was like, because I have something for you in the Word.
Mm.
But I think the biggest complication when it comes to getting into the Word is, where do I go? Where do I start? And then it becomes such a big thing that we just end up not doing it at all. And so I just want to encourage people, like, keep it simple. I found on YouVersion, it's just going through the Bible in 90 days, which sounds like a big thing, but right now we're stuck at home and things can be busy, but things can actually be slow too.
Good.
And now's the time where we have a second to get into that. And what I'm finding is it starts you in Genesis. And some people go, well, there's nothing I can find relative in Genesis for me. But I started to ask myself, like, what would it be like if I was the actual person in that story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I started to ask myself, what are the perspectives these people are happening during this time? And am I feeling those same things that they probably were at those times? Yeah, I thought specifically about the story of the ark and the storm and stuff like that. And they were going through chaos. Could you imagine living in that and being on that boat, asking yourself, how long am I going to be here?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What are the emotions they're feeling? And being able to stop and go, I would have never been able to have this mindset or have this conclusion if I wasn't open to actually getting into the Word and responding to what God was actually calling me to do.
Yeah.
So for a lot of us, it's simple. We need to respond into what God is moving us to and not make it complicated. Because if we make it complicated, we'll stop and not actually go to what God is calling us to do. And then we'll start to feel really spiritually dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just responding quickly and not letting it be complicated.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Who else? How's God met you guys?
I'm a high drive type of leader, and this whole pandemic situation really kicked me up into high gear. Just like, okay, day one when all of this started and we said we're gonna close down the church, my problem solving hat came on, and it's been really hard to take it off. And I caught myself trying to really work through things, just like bulldoze through. And actually probably about a week ago, just really felt the Lord just kind of almost kick me down on the chair. Be like, relax, and I really heard the word surrender from him.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. The moment I was able to like let go of some things is when the peace came back in, and clarity to see things a little differently. Because as I was running, I'm just like seeing it only in my view, my analytical mind, my strategic mind. And I just feel like in this season, the Lord has so much more to offer than just what we know and what we see. So the biggest part for me was just to surrender in the Lord's presence and just allow him to lead me, you know. So that's been a big one for me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Somebody else?
I've noticed during this time that God really has used it to deal with some things in my life that I didn't know were there, or that I thought I dealt with, and they came up again. And I just had to give myself space to really slow down and deal with whatever these emotions are and insecurities that are coming up, all of these things that honestly were probably there, but I was just too busy to address or take the time. And God thought, oh, here's a great time. We can work on this. And I learned to just give myself the space to do that and really lean on him and allow him to do that work. And it's been really good. I'm thankful. I'm not thankful that I had to go through it. I mean, I would choose not to. It wasn't really fun. But I'm really thankful that he did that work in me.
Yeah.
So I do think that there's definitely blessing when we lean into these things that come up, what are, emotions, insecurities, whatever it is, and being willing to work on them with God, because there's so much fruit on the other side. So that's what I've learned.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Is there one more? Have you been surprised by God, or how's he met you in this time?
Well, for me, it's simply he's just provided a lot of peace. That's the thing that always just counteracts the fear, the stress, the worry, is just peace, just comfort that he's got it. And it's really just settled my soul. And that's what he's so amazing with. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Ditto.
Oh, you said ditto. I thought you said, I thought at first you said,
I was going to say the same thing. He took them.
He took them. Look at that. You stole his answers.